Welcome to On Writing with Onkarabile, a show that aims to promote reading and writing in the communities. We seek to restore pride and dignity of Africans through the power of reading and writing. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Onkarabile Mokoto and I am your host. Please don't forget to subscribe, to share online, like and share this inspirational interview as we are embarking on our conversations today with one of our esteemed guests, Thandeka Legae, the founder of Thandeka Knowledge Hub, and she is here to share more on what she is doing when it comes to the literacy space. Thandeka, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Onkarabile, for inviting me.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You know, you have 20 years experience, in literacy and information space. Please take us through that journey.
Okay. My journey started when I was still in my teens. I enrolled at the Technikon of Pretoria for a library and information studies diploma. And that's where my love for the library information studies started. It was not my first love, it was by chance.
Okay.
Yeah, it was by chance. It was one of those courses that was left for me to just pick up. It was just one between library and information studies and journalism. So I chose library studies, and I went on to get a BTech, the BTechs then, via UNISA, and I did my honors as well in information science. Evolving, it's the same thing, it's just that changing only the words.
Yeah. And
I started working in the library in the University of Pretoria, in that library, doing my practicals there. So my world has always been through books. Library, I've been always surrounded by books. Yes, growing up, I used to love reading. I used to love reading. At home, there were books. You grew up reading everything. You were taught, read everything. But it does digest by then. So went to the University of Johannesburg as well. Worked there in the library, so there's books, there's information. I went to work at the municipality, the Randfontein municipality by then, before it was now the Randwest City local municipality. So my work, my journey in library and information services is when it started. It's over 20 years.
And then you decided to, establish a Thandeka Knowledge Hub.
Yes.
Why did you start that? And what inspired you to actually take that route of starting, as a librarian? You are a librarian by profession.
Yes, I'm a librarian.
But then you say, no,
profession.
I think there's more. Why did you think of that?
The need, I saw the need because there's a gap. The library space, it's only limited in a way that people only see us in check-in and check-out. And I felt there's more to that. So how do you teach the community and the world to say there's more to libraries? Thandeka Knowledge Hub is about promoting literacy, and in that Knowledge Hub, how do you as Thandeka encourage people to know about literacy? And that's how the Knowledge Hub started. Our space, our communities, we are mostly known as illiterate. We have challenges. Studies have been done. They show the lack of literacy in our communities and the state of our education system as well. So that's also what motivated me. Kids coming to your space, they can't read. Teachers, they try their best. They can't reach everybody. Parents, they try. They can't help because they also are not in the space to know how to teach these kids. The education system is changing. So I saw the gap in that and said, Thandeka Knowledge Hub can come and fill in that gap to be in the middle of the teacher, the educator, the parent, the child, to also remind people about literature, about literacy, about how we can improve ourselves in being literate.
I love that, because it's not everyone who will think of that, especially if you like you were a professional person, you have a job, a guaranteed job that actually put bread on the table. Many people just focus on their job, like you spoke about check in, check out. You don't care actually about after that, as long as you check in and check out. The following day again, you check in and check out. And at the end of the month, you put bread on the table. But you went beyond, your job description, and you say there is a gap, and I want to fill that gap. That's very interesting. But then let's talk about one of the services that you do, which is Authors Club. Under the Thandeka Knowledge Hub. Which is very interesting. You spoke that you were surrounded by books. Why did you choose authors per se? Why did you choose Authors Club? And because in that Authors Club, you are calling people to authors to join your club. Why must people come and join your club?
As authors, as you being one of the authors, we know your passion is to write. But it's not only to write, it's also to put that message across. For me, a book sits, we are surrounded by books. But for that book to circulate, it takes somebody to make it work and to make it to be promoted. Most books sit in our shelves, but they are never used. The Authors Club also came about to say, we've got authors. It was amazing to say within the West Rand, there's not even the Rand West, there's about more than 10 authors. And I was like, okay, and 10 authors, we don't know about you. And we are in your space, in a book space. It means there's something we are not doing right. Can we form this Authors Club so that we put you out there? So that everybody can know about you. We are struggling to write a paragraph. I'm struggling to write 2 pages. But you have put on minimum 50 pages. You should be celebrated.
Yes.
Rightfully so. Not only for you to be known, but also to get monetary value on your book. So how do we do that? I, as the Thandeka Knowledge Hub, will do it for you. At the comfort of your home, I do your marketing. You don't need to do anything, because to start with, nobody knew about the 10 authors, only through the Authors Club. And to make things easy for the author to promote their work, and also for them to be celebrated whilst they're still alive, to know about them. For their kids also to say, oh, it's not only the books that we grew up with, there's also people that we are living with that are able to do it. So in a sense, also it's motivation for the young ones. Not only to say, what do? You put a book, it's in front of you. Then what?
So how do you go about, and you said at the comfort of their home, how do you then promote their books? Do you guys have a website, social media pages? How do you promote their books?
It is through word of mouth. It is through my socials. And it is through me knowing people. And that's how we promote. I would hear there's a book fair wherever, I would call. We have a group where I also inform them of the new trends in the market. Just with a click. Technology has made things easy. So why not we use it?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And I mean, you said you know people. I wanted to ask a question of saying one of the things that you promise in Authors Club is that you will connect the authors with the readers, with the book lovers, And I was so concerned about that because, like you said in the beginning, the statistics have shown that South Africa is a non-reading culture, a reading nation rather. So I wanted to ask, where are you going to get those book lovers? Where are you going to get those readers? Because people are not reading, A lot of people are not reading. So where are you going to get those readers?
The challenge also is that we grew up knowing people don't read. It's not a matter of people don't read. Sometimes people don't have access to reading material. And sometimes it's not really access to reading material. It's relevant to them.
Yes, yeah.
It's that relevance. People don't like reading about things that they don't relate to.
Yeah.
Readership now has expanded to an extent that we are reading about books from Mr. Onkarabile. Before there was no such. We are now reading indigenous languages. There's now a spring of authors coming out, and in that we also read. Readers, sometimes a reader is not reading because of the subject. It's reading because, Zwani has recommended it. Then also there's book clubs now. There's a whole lot of book clubs whereby reading is encouraged. It's no longer a matter of there's no readers. We have spaces where we give these readers the comfort to say what you are also reading is also of good standard as well. And is it relevant to you? Because some writers, we have to be honest, they just write for the sake of writing. And the readers, they know. They know. They catch you up that this one is chancing. And then there's also that thing of some books are poorly made. So readers are there. And I think also local libraries are doing their job in saying, we want you guys to come. And that's where the space goes, because now libraries offer free access to read into books. And with that, it also says you can be a reader. You don't need money to be a reader. So readers are there. It's just a matter of we as Thandeka Knowledge Hub go out there, take your books and connect with the readers. And with reading also, it's like going to a store and getting a nice item. Everybody will know. So we tell one person, the other one tells the other one, and you already have a room full of readers.
So, you speak something very important. And I want to ask you a question of saying, do you guys now encourage authors, to write quality books? Because you said some authors, they just write and readers will catch up with you. Do you now, when you guys take the books and connect them with the readers, with the book lovers, do you maybe check them first if they are in a good standard? They're not poorly written, as you have said. Do you guys check them before you take them to readers?
It depends. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes there's no time to read because the systems, the processes make it difficult. But in the market, who is reputable and who's not. The challenge is also for the new authors to come and break into the industry. That is the challenge for them. There's also that thing of reading and editing, and it's also a challenge. But we do encourage before people buy to read, at least even if not the whole book, but to understand what the book is about. Because in our communities, there's no point of stacking books that are not relevant just for the sake of, hey, we have this money to spend.
Exactly.
That's
we
what
take
happens.
a short break, Thandeka.
Okay.
When we come back,
Thank
we
you.
are going to continue on this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you, sir.
We are just going for a short break. We will be back. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On Writing with Onkarabile, a show that aims to promote reading and writing in the communities. We are still having Thandeka Legae. Please don't forget to subscribe, to share online. Thandeka, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You spoke important thing before we went for break about, just encouraging authors to make sure that, they write good books, and also the readers just not to read the whole book, but just to, check what is the book all about. One of the things that you spoke about, is branding. That you said you are helping authors to build their brand, and I mean, we all know that branding plays a very big role in any business. So how do you then help authors to build their brand? Because branding is everything. Actually, branding is you. So how do you help authors to build their brand?
I help authors into keeping themselves in check. To say the brand that you are, as you say, it's a personal thing. And they must keep in check of who they are, and they must not lose focus on that. In a sense that we normally we'll have a workshop on that, or discussion on branding, or most of them already they are brands themselves, and you don't need much. It's just a reminder to say you are a brand. Sometimes with life things happen, but with maybe a message to say, hey author, how are you? Then you are reminded, hey, I'm an author. Or, hey, author, there's a book fair somewhere. Then you are reminded, oh, I'm an author. So it's not your brand per se, but it's a reminder to keep yourself intact. Check yourself.
And I think also, like what you said, it comes to my mind that what you said before we went for break about, as an author, to write books that are quality books, that are up to standard. Because if you connect yourself, or you present yourself rather, to your readers, your book lovers, with a book that is not quality written, obviously they will perceive you as someone who is just writing, like you have said. So I think it's important that you put your work, like you invest in your work.
Yes.
That's branding on its own.
Yes.
People will know. For example, when it comes to the issue of the image of your book, book cover.
From the cover itself.
Exactly.
You can see the glossiness.
Yes, you understand. So let the reader see that you are serious about your work.
Yes.
Especially self-published authors, because nowadays 90% of authors are self-published.
Yes.
So, and most of the time, because of finances, they tend not to do the quality work because they need money. And sometimes someone says, I don't have money, I'm just going to look for my friend.
I'm going to test.
Yeah, it's good in design, graphic design, is going to do a cover book. When you look at the cover book, it's not interesting,
Yes.
So I think it also falls under branding, where authors actually need to invest in their work. Let's talk about authors meeting other authors.
Yes.
Because that's something that Authors Club does.
Yes.
To help authors to connect with other authors. Why do you think it's important for authors to meet other authors?
Like in any space, companionship is important. In families, we have siblings. At work, you have your colleagues. And in the Authors Club, you have your fellow authors. Somebody to keep you in check. Somebody to be a buddy, and to be in that comfort to say, hey, I'm not alone. You share your frustrations there. You share your wow moments. You share your stories there. And you look out for each other. Like if there's somebody that they need a hostess maybe to interview them on a certain book, it starts with us. You drop in that group to say, hey, they need an author for an interview. Then before we go anywhere, it starts with us. And word of mouth, by then you would be coming here. Like how I came here.
Exactly.
Like why I'm here.
Yeah.
So it's because of that companionship, that connectivity, that relationship that we have built. Yes.
The other thing that you guys are doing, it's book discussions, book talks.
Yes.
please share with us, how do you guys conduct that? Do you guys call, or maybe let's start before that. Let's start with the fee that Authors Club requires from authors. Take us through that. Why do you need a fee? I'm asking because authors are self-published authors. They have this thing of complaining, of saying, we spend a lot of money publishing a book. It takes a lot from us. But then here is Thandeka Knowledge Hub, again looking for a fee. So what's happening here? So take us through the journey of the fees. Actually.
Okay. The fees is only 100 rand that Thandeka Knowledge Hub requests from the author. It's only for running costs. If you can divide that in a month, 30 days, it's only 3 rands in that. And I'm not asking for any cut from their money that they make. It's just that 100 rands. And that's all, nothing much. And with that, I promote on my statuses. I promote, like now when I'm here, people will be following me and they will be knowing about them. And that's all. 100 rands, it's not much. I would say it's relatively not a lot. Looking at, it's 3 rands a day, and you get your book marketed at your comfort of your home without lifting anything. And Thandeka Knowledge Hub does it for you.
So how many books must I bring? Like, okay, when I pay 100 rand, is it 100 rand per book? Like how I have 10 books, for example.
Only 100 rand, sir.
For all of the books?
For all of the books.
Oh, wow.
For all of the books. It's because it's just your general marketing. It's to cover the cost of, let's say, data.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah.
It's only to cover that. Because if it's 10, the only extra charges is if maybe now I come to Mr. Onkarabile, the distributor, for other services, to say maybe put them on their website. Only then it can be if it's per book. But for the Knowledge Hub advertising, general advertising, it's only that, 100 rands.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Now, tell me, Thandeka, how sure are you, or as an author, how sure I am that someone has seen my book because of Thandeka Knowledge Hub? Do I have that reference? I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I understand.
That my 100 rand is worth it.
Your value for money.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
How do I get the follow-up? Like, how do I know that, yes, Moeketsi has bought my book because of Thandeka Knowledge Hub?
Let's say you affiliate today. You would bring your books, depending on how many books you want me to do. I'm taking only a maximum of 10. We start with 10 or 5 of 10, not more than that, because we are starting.
Yeah.
And you also not sure, like you are saying, if Thandeka is going to do right by you, And I take those books, and obviously there's going to be money on that. Monthly, you'll ask, how am I doing? No, there's no sales this month. Next month, if there's a sale, I'm going to give you your money. And also, there's also where we are based in Randfontein. There's monthly marketing, flea market. I go there, I take pictures, people will see. Like in the month of August, I was taking my books to all the women events that I was going to.
Oh, okay.
And on my socials, I post there, I tag them. There's also balances and checks there. I wouldn't be... there's a balance check that you can also go through.
Oh, okay. So, if I heard you correctly, when people want to buy my book under Thandeka Knowledge Hub, are they buying it directly to me or to you?
They buy it directly from me because I would be having that book with me.
Oh, okay.
It becomes easy.
Okay.
Hence I say everything is at the comfort of your home.
Oh, okay.
Where now you don't do anything. I advertise, they see it from me, they ask me, and then they only pay for the amount of the book plus courier.
Oh, okay, okay.
Whenever you'd have given me your books and I do your job, it's like your bookstore. I'm like your bookstore.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's
Somebody
nice.
goes in, goes out.
Okay.
Without you being there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Then I'm just going to see my account.
Yes.
The money
I would
is
say, Mr. Onkarabile, somebody has bought your book, expect money 2 days, 3 days.
Oh.
Depending on how quick they pay. You know, payment is a problem. But depending, you would get it, yes.
Oh, all right. No, Thandeka. You are doing a very, very good job.
Thank you, sir.
The road show, that's one of the things that you spoke about.
Yes.
You know, someone is watching the show and doesn't know anything about what is the road show. Road show. Please.
Okay.
Explain to us.
The plan for the road show is to have, like the word says, we go on the road, but our road leads to the people. With your book, the new one, scripted, we go to a school, we introduce you to one school, you talk about your book, we go to another school. That's the road show that we talk about.
So you are the one who's organizing that?
I'm organizing it. I would be organizing it for you.
Nice.
We've got the platform, we've got the people.
Oh, nice.
At the comfort of your home, you don't have to worry about anything. All you have to worry about is your scheduling, calendar.
And then availing yourself.
And availing yourself only.
I love that. I love that.
We are in the community, so we've got community members. We are in the space of information, so we've got the people.
No, I think I have to join that.
Please do.
And then earlier you spoke about the book festivals.
Yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
So, and I think you said, I heard you because I wanted to ask if you guys conduct your own book festivals and book fairs. But I think I heard you saying where you hear that there's a book festival, you will send authors there. Can you please elaborate on that one?
Currently, we haven't done any book fairs or book display festivals. No, we haven't done that. What I do is we go around. If it's within us, there's also monthly. There's a festival that happens in Randfontein. We go there, pop-up, Randwest pop-up festival. We go there and advertise monthly there. And I take books. It's not relevant, but people see there. Next time, they will contact me to say, I saw that book, interesting. They might not buy, but at least they would know there's Mr. Onkarabile.
Yeah.
You know? And we are going to be part of the Limpopo Book Fair in September, 27th and 28th of September. That's where I'll be taking the books in Limpopo. And also in October, we are going to be part of the Josie Book Fair. And those where I will be taking also the books of the authors there. So we are always there.
Okay, but then let me ask this question then. You talk about Limpopo.
Yes.
Isn't it that one now gonna cost you because it's transport to go to Limpopo? And then I only paid 100 rand. How does then that work?
Then it will depend. Those that are in our club, it will be 100 rands because for their affiliation. Because it's a Limpopo one, it's a special one, like you're saying, with the cost. We might have to add. For now, I've asked how many are interested, and also the logistics of the traveling. Some they want to travel, some not. So it will be a matter of a standard fee for those that are part of the club, and another special fee for those that are not part of the club. Okay,
all right. So that one can be done in two ways. It's either as an author I go with you,
yes,
or
but at your own expense. Yes.
Or you are going with my books.
Yes,
I'm not
definitely.
There,
yes.
But then there's an extra cost that I need to pay for you to travel.
Yes.
There. Okay. All right.
No. Let's say affiliation fee is 100 rands. And then those that are advertising with Thandeka Knowledge Hub, it will be only 100 rands. And then for those that are outside, it will be 200.
Okay.
But going there, I'm going there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, Thandeka, let's take our last break. And then when we come back, we are wrapping up this inspirational conversation.
Thank you,
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
The Creative Corner with Nolu. a cozy and inspiring show that features interviews with artists, showcases their work, challenges, and successes. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. only on Share Radio. Tune in live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. This is Share Radio.
Welcome back to On Writing with Onkarabile, a show that aims to promote reading and writing in the communities. We are still having Thandeka Legae, and we are wrapping up this inspirational conversation. Thandeka, the other things that I've seen under Authors Club is that you are helping authors to launch their books, book launches.
Yes.
And it came to my attention of saying, I have seen through my experience, I'm an author of 10 books now.
Yes.
And a book launch is one of the expensive things that an author can do. What is it, according to you, is it important for an author to launch a book? Or you can write a book and just avoid the cost and not launch the book? What do you think about book launches?
Book launches are important because it's how people will know about you. It's you introducing yourself to the masses. The expense, it's based on personal preferences, and you can have a mini launch and not extravagant, and you can have it in a setup that does not have to cost an arm and a leg. And the importance of even for established writers like yourself, obviously with the 10 books, your first book, people have forgotten about it. Maybe you also have forgotten about it. But you might feel, hey man, let me remind people, who am I? Maybe it's not a launch, but it is a relaunch of your book. A reminder to say, hey, I'm not only an author of this scripted, I'm an author of 1 to 9 other books. It's so maybe also we have to look at how we launch our books. If maybe you don't need to carry your costs alone, we need to do this collaboration. We need to learn on how to work together. If it's expensive for you on your own, you don't lose any shine if you collaborate with a like-minded person. Maybe we get all 5 authors and we call it a launch. It's a book launch. Each one will get their shine because it's like a panel discussion.
Yeah.
In a panel discussion, nobody steals anybody's shine. Everybody has got their chance.
Exactly.
So we just have to tweak a bit on how we change or how it works. Life now needs innovative ways of doing things. We no longer have to do things the old way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about, let's say, during the launch of the book. Do you guys maybe look for venues for authors? Do you guys look for audiences? Is it you guys that are organizing that?
Currently, we have only had one launch, and then the others is also saying, look into how we can work together to do this. How it normally works, it's authors, sometimes it's upcoming. Nobody knows you. And getting the audience is difficult. I can get the audience, but the relevant one that will buy, it's another challenge. And it also depends on the book. And, sometimes authors also want miracles. They would want it to sell now. So authors also need to have that patience to understand it's a journey. As much as it took you long to write the book, you must understand also launching needs patience. And take home lessons from the previous launch that we did. I was assisting, and the author took everything himself, and it was also a challenge for him. Also, he got his disappointments. Hence, I say, maybe now don't carry the costs alone. Let's look at how it works. Because let's say for Thandeka Knowledge Hub, 10 authors, you all want to launch. And chances are it's the same people. You are in the West Rand. It's you, Mr. Onkarabile. It's going to be almost the same people. So why not we come up with an innovative way to say, okay, same audience, maybe in an interval of 30 minutes, we concentrate on you. We come to another one, maybe 3, 5, maybe it's too much. Then it's same venue, same audience. We are there. I think the most important expensive thing is booking the venue, and like cost of living now, refreshments. But if they are shared,
come to the venue. Since you are a librarian, don't you have a means of maybe connecting authors with using the library, maybe as a form of a venue, and also collaborating with the government libraries? Isn't it something that you guys can do?
Yeah, sometimes it's possible, but with government and with any other entities, if there's money, remember when you are launching, you won't say people must just come. You would want people to pay 200, and mostly if it's government doesn't want you to charge.
Yeah.
So it becomes a challenge.
Yeah.
So you have to go to a private a venue, which is also an expense. It depends. Some libraries, they've got a good partnership. Some, they're not so flexible. So it's policies also safeguarding themselves, because most libraries now currently they have a challenge of not being open on weekends. So when you allow Thandeka Knowledge Hub to come into your space, security-wise, so it becomes also a problem.
Sister Thandeka, I think we are going to wrap up this conversation. But the last thing that maybe I want you to explain to our audience is meet and greet interviews, that Authors Club offers. What's happening there during the meet and greet interviews?
Okay. Some of the meet and greets, it's for maybe, let's say, we give kids the book scripted to read. And there's a competition in our local library. We give them a book to read. When they read that book, it's scripted by Mr. Onkarabile. They will be asked on that book, questions on that book. They discuss that book review, spelling on that book. And voila, Mr. Onkarabile is the adjudicator. So that is the part of the meet and greet.
I love this.
So and also you meet also your fellow club members of the authors.
Let's not exhaust it.
Okay.
When people want to know more, where can they get hold of you?
Okay. I've got my cell phone number. It's 073-317-1181. And my email is thandekaknowledgehub@gmail.com. And my socials, I only have Facebook. No socials.
Okay.
It's Thandeka Knowledge Hub or Thandeka Legae.
Okay.
Yes.
Your last words for our audience as we wrap up this conversation, just inspirational words, especially to authors.
Like our motto says, knowledge for all. Let us encourage people to read. Let us share the information and the knowledge and the wisdom that we have with the world. The world is waiting for you guys. Let's just do it together. Come to the Thandeka Knowledge Hub and we share and we promote this literature and the literacy space, and we improve the statistics. Let us be the changes that we want to see. Thank you.
Thandeka, thank you so much for
sir.
those words. Thank you so much. I think we spoke earlier that you do a lot of services apart from Authors Club. And one of the things that you do is what you call Spelling Bee competition.
Yes.
And I want you to come next time so that we spoke about specifically Spelling Bee.
Definitely.
Because it's something that we spoke about that you grew up doing, but nowadays we're no longer seeing it happening. So I'm asking you actually that next time you come, you avail yourself and we specifically talk about that one.
Okay, it will be an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our show. That was Thandeka Legae, the founder of Thandeka Knowledge Hub, and she has spoke mouthfully. Let's meet next time, same time on Share Online. My name is Onkarabile Mokoto. I thank you.
Thank you.